Hey everyone, this is Bruno, and today I want to talk about one of the biggest tragedies that happens to so many game developers, and it's that they stop playing games. Or if they play games, it's only AAA games, and they become incredibly disconnected from the market realities of the indie game development scene. And from there, they forget what a good game feels like in smaller scope genres. So, I was playing a game recently called Prodigal. And this is a 2D Zelda like game. And the reason I bring this game up is because me and many other game developers have attempted to make a 2D Zelda like at some point because it seems like it's a very adventurous game, but still low scope enough that you could complete this. And I think Prodigal, like, it's super pretty. It absolutely nails what we think a Game Boy Color game looks like. And I mean, it's a beautiful game. But as a game dev, as a gamer, I think that this is a 5 out of 10 game. It is okay. But as a game dev, I think this is really impressive. So, the puzzles are really basic, and they often use red herrings to disguise the fact that they are really basic. So, you may have like 20 rocks in a room, but only 3 of them matter, like that type of stuff. It's really quite lame. The combat is very easy, but also extremely punishing because you can't heal. So you can go through an entire dungeon on your first go quite easily. But if you get sort of impatient or lazy and fall off a cliff, that damage is permanent and you can't recover it until you die, or go back to the area where you respawn after you die and go to sleep. So basically the exact same thing. Pretty crappy. There's a lot of kind of cool systems that don't really matter, like this weather system which makes it rain or snow and it doesn't seemingly do anything, which is a bit lame. You've also got like the music is decent, but it often does not fit the area it's in. Like there's this abandoned mine with this really happy jingle tune. I'm just like, what? Why? Why would this music fit here? But I think the worst part about this game is the sound design. And there are like okay sound effects, there's mediocre sound effects, but there's just a lot of missing sound effects. Like in this game, there is a gate that falls down and makes this big dust cloud, and you don't have a sound effect for it. So there's just no verbal feedback from the game, and it just feels so much worse. Um, and yeah, it is a game that, as a gamer, I was incredibly disappointed in, but as a game dev, I'm just like, I can't do better than this. Now, obviously, I know areas that could be improved, but if I was to make this game, I couldn't make a game better than this. And that's sort of the point of the video, and one of the advantages you get from playing more games, which is you get to learn what you think a 5 out of 10 game is as a gamer, what a 6 out of 10 game is as a gamer, what a 7 out of 10 game is as a gamer. And that is what a lot of indie games are going to be. And if you don't play indie games, you can take how good you think your game is and subtract 3 points from it. So, good for a game dev is mediocre for a gamer. And okay for a game dev is absolute dog shit for a gamer. So you should really consider playing games, especially games made by smaller teams that are smaller scope and that you think you could make a game in. It will let you know where you are in the pecking order and how good your game needs to be in order to be okay, decent, good. And I do want to say though, like, you can make a game that is just okay and financially succeed. Hell, I even think there are genres where you can make a mediocre game and still succeed financially. And if you want to hear my opinion on that, you should check out my How Good Does a Game Actually Need to Video? How good does a game actually need to be video in the description below. Have a good one, and see you later.